Bali is small, only 5,633 square kilometers. The Indonesian island of Bali has often been described as a paradise, with its natural beauty, full of verdant vegetation, volcanic cones, colorful butterflies, beautiful beaches, and oceans, all establish the island's physical beauty. And human contributions often add to the splendor. Such environmental features are common to many tropical locations in Southeast Asia. But what makes Bali so distinct from other places? Its rich traditions, colorful ceremonies, and unique culture make it stand out from its neighbors. Although Indonesia is the largest Muslim-dominated country in the world, Bali is unique with its mostly Hindu culture, which permeates all aspects of everyday life. In fact, the island of Bali is often regarded as a living museum of Hindu Javanese civilization, the one and only surviving heir to the Hindu heritage swept away from Java by the coming of Islam. Ceremonies are held almost every day, celebrating the cycles of the moon, holidays, birth, marriage, coming of age, and passing away. How and why did Indian civilization reach this island? By the beginning of the first millennium, the civilization and culture of India began to penetrate slowly across the Bay of Bengal into both maritime and mainland Southeast Asia. By the 5th century AD, the Indian religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and cultural traditions took deep roots in the regions of Burma or Myanmar, Thailand, Indochina, Malaysia, and Indonesia. The impact of the eastward spread of these regions was not sudden but took place in waves. The cultures of modern Southeast Asia offer evidence of a long period of contact with India. As a result of this cultural interaction, Indian mythology, law, philosophy, religion, language, literature, folklore, art, and architecture, and other matters of cultural value are followed in Southeast Asia, the trace of which is still found in these countries after so many changes in its long history. From this, Indianization was born, a series of kingdoms that in the beginning were true Indian states: Cambodia and the small states of the Malay Peninsula, Burmese and Thai kingdoms, and finally the kingdoms of Sumatra, Java, and Bali. It has been said that Hindu influence of Bali came from the reign of King Airlangga, who became king of East Java at age 16. Shortly after his birth, Airlangga's mother moved to Bali and remarried, creating an automatic link between Java and Bali. After the collapse of the largest Hindu kingdom, the Majapahit kingdom, priests, artists, dancers, musicians, and actors moved to Bali, enhancing cultural activities and promoting the Hindu religion. You might want to ask, how is Hinduism in Bali different from India? Despite having common roots, Hinduism in Bali is quite different from India. Balinese Hinduism can be simply defined as a combination of two beliefs: the Shiva sect of Hinduism and Mahayana Buddhism. Hindus in Bali officially call their religion Agama Hindu Dharma. This religion incorporates colorful ceremonies and relatively small amount of taboos. This is a philosophy of loving and enjoying life. The pantheon of Agama Hindu Dharma consists of three main gods: Brahma the creator, Vishnu the preserver, and Shiva the destroyer and regenerator. Shiva is treated as the most powerful divine, and this is why Balinese Hinduism is often called Shaivism. The holy volcano Agung is thought to be a house of Shiva and the center of the world, in accordance with the axis of good and evil, from waters in the south to the mountains of gods in the north. Balinese people build their houses, perform the rites, and even place their bodies while sleeping. The locals also believe in ghosts and spirits of trees, water, mountains, and ancestors. Balinese make offering to the spirits called Kanang Sari several times a day. Right from flowers, incense sticks, money, rice, to cigarettes, alcohol, chocolates, which are kept in front of their homes, shops, and deities for prosperity. Unlike in India, where predominant offerings to gods include fruits, seeds, flowers, leaves, and in rare cases, alcohol. Balinese Hinduism also lacks the traditional Indian Hindu emphasis on rebirth and reincarnation, and is instead more concerned with local and ancestral spirits. This could be a result of the animistic beliefs of the local people prior to the indigenization of Southeast Asia, resulting in syncretism where Hinduism is modified by pre-existing animistic ideas. The temples in Bali also have similar designs and principles to the Indian temples. Balinese calls their sacred temples Pura Desa, which is a holy place with enclosed walls. There are over 20,000 of temples across the island. Each is associated with a certain characteristic, such as a virtue of descent or geographical area. The temples are open and nature-centric. They are intricately carved pillared structures, yet are simple and peaceful. Indian temples, on the other hand, are loud, deity idol embedded, predominantly ritual-centric, and can spring up anywhere. Balinese temples are quiet and are mostly not embedded with idols of deities. Balinese traditional performing arts are incorporated into most ceremonies, which feature a rich variety of music, dance, and theater that remain vibrant to this day. Dance is an important art form in Balinese culture. Balinese dance is known for its ancient traditions and expressive styles. Such arts are fundamentally based on Hindu epic tales, Ramayana and Mahabharata. Among the most famous dances are Barong and Kachak dance. Barong dance, which portrays the conflict between Barong, the good monster, and Rangda, the witch. Barong is prominent character taken the form of a lion, regarded as the king of the spirits, who represents virtue. Barong is seen as a guardian angel. Opposing good is represented by another mythical creature called Rangda, the queen of demons. Rangda leads an army of evil witches against the leader of the forces of good. As a mirror of life, the Barong dance portrays the two characters involved in a never-ending battle. This dance is the classic example of Balinese way of acting out mythology, resulting in myth and history being blended into one reality. The Barong dance is a truly triumphant display of bright colors and graceful movements. In Kachak dance, the music is generated from a combination sounds chak, which sung by about 50 to 70 people, wherein all of them will make music in a cappella. The dancers in the Kachak dance motion is more relaxed because the main priority is the story and the sound mix. What makes this dance special is that the accompanying music is provided by the human voice. A choir of 50 men or more sitting in concentric circles, swaying, standing up, lying as the story develops. The story is a fragment from the Ramayana, the Hindu epic which finds its expression in many forms, not only in dance but also in painting and carving. The Ramayana story has become part of the cultural life and moral teachings since the Hindu teachings came to the island around 100 BC. Although Rama's life story has undergone many transformations over the years, one thing that persists throughout the recurrent transformation in Java and Bali is the perception of human values inherent in Ramayana's characters, and most importantly, its philosophical concept that governs human relationships based on universal ideals. In summary, the differences between Balinese Hinduism and Hinduism in India indicate that syncretism and adaptation of the religion was practiced and played a role in shaping the religion of Southeast Asia today. This also proves that Southeast Asia wasn't merely a passive recipient of Indian influence. Isn't it amazing how something as ancient and endemic to India will find a place in a country like Indonesia? The awe-inspiring notions of Hinduism in India can greatly differ in Bali, yet never cease to amaze.